peculiar? Why is it not applied to each and every couple?
Babies.
Hi guys, welcome into another episode. Today we're going to talk about Singapore property, especially all the impacts from budget 2023. And we have Gerald Ong with us today.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Hey Gerald, I brought you in today to talk about property because it's a topic that you're passionate about, correct?
In fact, I'm taking the real estate exam coming up in March.
So if you have insights, do share with us along the way as you have this chat. Hey, but I'm going to talk firstly about renovation things because renovation and property is linked, right? And I saw this very viral clip. Hayley Wu showed the house.
Yes, I saw her house. It's beautiful. How she hide the storeroom. It's very well done.
I particularly took notice of the gaming room. You know, she had a specialized corner within the house. I think she bought it with her parents, something like that. And it's a DBSS. So right now, DBSS programs are, unique because there are only like 13 projects or something like that. What are your thoughts about it?
So DBSS is very interesting because on one hand, aesthetically, they look like condos, because they are built by private developers, so they are less restricted by HDB look, right? But on the other hand, I think there were a lot of complaints regarding the build quality. Yeah, so pros and cons, I guess.
Do you consider one when you were buying your house?
No, because one huge factor for me when buying a place is age of the house, right? So DBSS houses quite old. So my cousin bought one. I think she bought one in Tampines, if I'm not wrong.
No, your flat is a ground level one where there's more space, something like that.
Yes. So yeah, my ceiling height is 3.7 meters. Yeah, it's really tall.
Looks better at DBSS at a more affordable price, maybe. Because DBSS has to be $1 million if I were to guess the quantum of the selling price.
Depends. It depends on how big you buy and which area. My cousin bought hers, I think it was 500K, a small one.
Also, there are quite a few sizes of flats within DBSS. But DBSS, just in case if you are a young adult, it's no longer in phase. They change it to the EC mode. And EC and BTOs, you do need to wait for development. But more often than not, they provide gains after they turn MOP of 5 years. Let's talk about budget 2023 grants because that directly impacts young couples looking to buy homes or even families looking to move. What are your findings, Gerald, on this topic on grants?
Budget 2023 covered quite a few things, right? The first thing is the balloting changes. So I think BTO first-time homeowners will be given one extra balloting chance, so that the likelihood of you getting your very first home will be higher. Because I think recently I noticed that the chances of getting, especially the really hot properties, is like so competitive. Then I hear of many stories of friends who took like 2 to 3 years just to ballot and they still cannot get their first property. So it's very scary, right? Thinking that you have to wait 3 years on top of the 2 to 3 years waiting time. That's 6 years.
They define it as married couples aged 40 years and below, right? Like, it's also quite peculiar. Why is it not applied to each and every couple? Maybe there are some older couples that just got hitched and looking for a house. I don't quite understand why they wanted to narrow it down to 40 and younger.
Babies.
But on your own, do you think about the BTO route when you bought your house?
The thing about me and my wife was that we already started renting very early on. So I started renting way in my uni days so that I can save time and spend more time working on the YouTube channel. Because of that, right, our opportunity cost is a lot higher compared to staying with our parents. Every year, the opportunity cost is almost 25K, right? Me and my wife combined. So that's why if we waited 3 years just to get a BTO, that's almost like a good $80,000 to $100,000 worth of opportunity cost. So then with the amount of money we can save, we might as well just buy a resale.
Well, so if we think along these lines, anyone who's renting, young couples wise, who want private space, they would be incentivized with this increased grants to quickly buy something on the resale market. That would make sense, right? You save money on rent, which is escalating crazily. And then now government, from 1st of April onwards, will be giving enhanced grants. Let's pull up a table to really describe this. So as we can see from this table, proximity housing grants will be 30,000. Not just that, there is also CPF housing grants that's increased, but not the enhanced CPF housing grants. Thinking about this point, right? CPF housing grant impacts all income levels. The bottom income level all the way to 14,000. 14,000 is the cap, by the way, if you're looking for BTO. Back in my time, I think it was only 8,000. But now 14,000, there are a lot of couples with 14,000 and can easily buy a private also. So I'm not too sure why increasing the CPF housing grant would be helping on that. But why not increase the enhanced housing grant? That was the first thing when I looked at it.
Yeah.
Because that would definitely impact the lower income families the most. But right now, couples who are earning 13,000 plus will get extra from this recent change.
So right now, right, I think this CPF housing grant aims to particularly help the resale market only, because enhanced housing grant helps like both BTO and resale. So this makes BTO even more competitive than it already is. On the other hand, right now, I think because a lot of first-time homeowners, you are stuck between like, hey, I want to buy BTO, but I don't want to wait, So then I want to buy resale, but resale are like, wow, easily 600,000, right? 500-600 for a four-room flat, right? So then I think government is stepping in to help basically cool off the resale market a little bit. But this doesn't really cool off, right?
But
To help
really
first-time
cool
homeowners
off.
to
I mean,
buy.
now you're injecting more affordability there.
Yeah, so then people now can buy HDB flats. So this would basically have a reverse impact on rental markets, right? Because instead of having to wait for BTOs while renting or choosing to, I cannot afford a first-time HDB, now they are able to afford because of the extra $30,000, which is a lot.
So if I hear you correctly, you guess that rental markets could cool. Couples who are renting might take the bite finally and go and buy a resale flat.
Yeah, resale is more attractive vis-a-vis to BTO because of the extra 30,000, right? Which is more than 10% of a lot of home prices.
And yeah, I think you brought a very point. So enhanced CPF housing grants, you can also attain it with BTO. If we give the grants in that segment, then again, would that push up BTO affordability too much or not? Whereas the CPF housing grant is really affecting mainly the resale market. That's interesting, a point as to why they design it that way. So would that impact sellers' expectation of prices? Maybe I can jump in on that part. When I was listing my house, it took a while to sell. I firstly worked with a friend, then we couldn't find, then I worked with an agency to market it, and we got it off within a month. But in this process, I also saw that offers do not come in that readily as what I thought or what I imagined. So to raise expectations for selling price might not directly impact. That's my take on grants, because I see also some people being concerned whether that will further inflate resale prices. Let's move on to the next topic, which is on stamp duty changes impacted by Budget 2023. What are key findings here?
Stamp duty, this primarily affects houses that are like above 1.5 million and $3 million. So I think we built a table, right? Together we built the table of the changes against the old stamp duty, as well as the price increase, overall price increase because of the stamp duty. And I think we kind of agree that in terms of percentage changes, it doesn't seem like a lot.
Let's focus on the smaller ones. Can we pull up some absolute numbers? Because 2 million is definitely possible. Many of us viewing right now have dreams and real intention to buy something of that quantum.
So 2 million prices, I think the increase compared to previous stamp duty is 8% more, so that you pay 8% more in stamp duty fee, or $5,000 more. Percentage increase for the overall property price is about 0.25%. And this goes all the way up to an increase of about 1% if let's say you buy like a $5 million property. So percentage change seems kind of small because it's just 1% or less, but the exact quantum, right, is actually quite a large number. So it starts from 5,000 if you buy a 2 million property. If you buy a $5 million property, it goes up to $55,000 in additional tax.
BSD increment, right? Let's highlight the table.
Yes, just BSD increment. And I think because of this, right, on February when they announced the news, my friends who's working as agents, they're telling me, oh, on that day itself, there were a huge like spike. All those pending cases suddenly closed on the spot. So they were pretty happy. A lot of them had a windfall.
While you're saying that the percentage change of this BSD increment is very small compared to the overall quantum, it still impacts people, or at least it accelerates people who are on the fence. And those who have been, procrastinating, maybe wanted to save that 10,000 if they're looking for $2.5 million property, because you now face an extra buyer stamp duty of $10,000 more. Right? So why spend 10,000 more when you already are close to purchase? Might as well just whack.
Yeah, so they won't nego, right? They should just whack.
I also found an interesting statistics. 45% of private properties are less than $1.5 million. I think that mainly is shoebox units, if we were to guess it, correct? Then 40% are actually 1.5 to 3 million. So there are actually quite a lot of private properties trading at that range already. And then 15% of private properties more than 3 million. I guess that includes landed homes. And it's definitely not a small amount, like 15%. So I'm also quite surprised to hear this statistic that's being presented and why government has actually tweaked to really draw more tax from bigger size properties. My guess is there is every indication that the government will step it up. Maybe budget 2024, they will further increase the stamp duty for 1.5 and 3 million because that's a very easy target to draw more wealth tax to distribute. What are your key thoughts and predictions from this perspective?
Recently, when I was speaking to my friends and reading the news, I realized a lot of these big property buyers are foreigners. So Singapore is a very politically stable country. It's a safe haven, right? So a lot of Chinese nationals, ever since the lockdown got lifted, straight away they come. Where do they go? Singapore looks like a nice spot to invest, to have security, right? When they buy and negotiate for prices, they really don't care about. Like I personally went down to witness how friend was doing a deal, right, to try to learn a little bit. It was, I think, a 4 million of property. Yeah, it's like cash. It's ridiculous how
So they're definitely looking for the more luxury ones, right? At least 4 or 5 million. Definitely not a mass market condo.
Yeah, and I think the point is that these big buyers, there are a lot of big buyers globally that are looking to come to Singapore, and when they compete for local prices, right, the additional tax really don't amount to nothing if they like the property.
And then why not? Government, why not really whack that above 3 million BSD? 2024 increase that because that really impacts luxury homes, right? Firstly, foreigners, though they are not the majority of the quantum of purchases, but why not raise that? Now it's raised to 6%. Why not raise it to 8%? I think that will tap on foreigners. They should pay more taxes and help us really get more GST vouchers because that's a balancing act, right? Draw from taxes and then give vouchers. For most of us, we are common folks. So the luxury ones, I think we should support increasing that tax. Above 3 million one, let's raise it. If I
actually, I kind of agree with you. Most likely, I kind of guess moving forward, this is probably the segment they're gonna hammer quite hard if this trend continues, where there's a lot of foreigners that buys condo and push up prices way above $3-5 million.
And they could even increase additional buyer stamp duty because that really impacts foreigners. They got paid that and then buyer stamp duty. So why not tap on them a bit more to balance the book? So good discussion. As well as anyone who has insight on this whole topic that we haven't covered, do share in the comment sections. I think this is something that we can all learn. And one of the reasons I created this episode with Gerald, because I think that's where we really debate. And hopefully some of our opinions can help 2024's budget work more favorably for most of us. Gerald, thanks for stepping in. Thanks for sharing your views also. Thank you for watching. Smash a like, smash a subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone.